and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I have another package from PaintGem. These miniatures are going by storm. So if any of you have, or those of you that watch my channel often, I'm trying to figure out how to get in this. I think a craft knife is going to be best. I've got a new craft knife, so that could be dangerous. Maybe let's not cut down too harshly. Cut through more packaging than I want to. But it is a jiffy bag, or one of those white bags, but it is taped up and round. Here's the opening. Okay. And yeah, I'm cutting through the whole thing. That's fine. Let's just get in it. Because that's what I want to do. I want to get in it. Okay, we're in. So yeah, these miniatures I absolutely adore. I was sent a set of the national parks by PaintGem. I then did buy 2 sets myself. I bought the houseplants and I bought the cocktails. And in my communications with PaintGem, because I do let them know feedback on the product, in my conversations with them, I did mention that I would potentially be putting in another order because Megan really liked the space sets. And the next thing I know, they had very, very kindly dispatched me a paint set, a space set, and a pen. So I'm feeling extremely lucky. Megan is extremely grateful as well. So they've also sent me, oh, it is a diamond painting one. I've had a pen similar to this before, different colour, but it was an actual pen. So it has a diamond in the end, and then it's spotty. But this one has still got what looks like a diamond painting tip in the end. I'm not sure if the camera is even picking that up, but there's no ink. It has got a hole. So we have a diamond painting pen in rose gold. I'll have to give that a go and see what it's like with a little flashy diamond in the top. And then let's show you the paints, the space set. Try and get it right. So in the box you do get instructions on how it works, i.e. how diamond painting works. So they do give you step-by-step guides, especially if you're picking up something like these mini ones for somebody that hasn't diamond painted before. They're really, really good for that. You do get a macaroon with some diamond painting wax. I have a few of those now. And let's squeeze out these. You do also get a toolkit. So they send you a toolkit in a bag. But you get your little white boat. You get a white set of plastic tweezers if you prefer working by tweezers, because these mini sets are squares. You get one of the clear pens with a multi-placer that looks like a 9 or a 10. It also has the single placer, and you get a 3 or a 4 placer. I think that's a 3. I'm not very good at them by sight. I'm a single placer kind of girl. And you also get a squishy, which you can pop on your pen, which can just make it a little bit comfier to hold. So you get all of those in your toolkit. So if you've got somebody that is thinking about diamond painting, these sets could be great. They also, because they're square, if square is something that you've not done before and you're a little unsure of, then small can be the way to go, because squares do take a little bit longer than rounds, partly because the square diamonds are smaller, so there's more per square centimetre because they're smaller, so you are going to place more, which makes it take longer. But especially when you first start painting with squares, it can take a little bit longer to get used to placing squares. So getting the practice of placing squares can take a little bit more because they do need to go the right way up. There's 4 different options, but they need to go the right way up. Whereas with round diamonds, they can go anyway because they're round. It's the way round works. So if you want to try any square diamond paintings, then these little miniatures are absolutely awesome. You could, you know, you could invite friends round and you could all have a go. So let's have a look at this space set. So this is a smaller square. So these are square rather than tall. Let me get my little tape measure. So each individual diamond painting area is about 7.5 centimetres by 7.5 centimetres. But then you do get the border round, which what I really like about these mini ones is there is no printing of the key around the outside. So that the colours, you know, that it tells you the letter M is a certain colour, they don't print them on the canvas, which means this can be your perfect mount when you put it in a frame. So if you get a frame that will deal with or take a 12 centimetre square, even if you get one that will take an 11 or even a 10 centimetre square, probably even an 8, though you would have the tiniest border. But a frame that will take a 9, 10, 11 or 12 centimetre insert will suit this picture because that just determines how much of the border you show. For people who like inches, it is just under 3 inches. What is that? 2 7/8. Is that how you say it? For the actual design. And it is 4 5 and a bit. 5 and a bit eighths. I don't quite know how to fraction down inches. I can do 4.5, I can do 5, I can do 4 3/4. Other than that, I lose it a bit when it comes to inches because we do use centimetres a little bit more. So full size is about there on the tape measure, if that helps anybody. And the actual diamond painting size is just over that mark on the tape measure. For anybody that does inches, that will probably make a lot more sense as to how many fractions you need to go in. But this is the set. So we have some planets, we have what looks like some meteors, looks like stars. That's probably a certain star sign that I just don't know. We've got what could be determined as a black hole. Anyway, we have some gorgeous space images, and these are full. You do the full square. So there are a few different varieties. The cocktails and the houseplants were partials. So you just did the cocktail glass and you just did the houseplants. The national park ones were a little bit taller, but you did the whole area. And the space, you also do the complete area. So there is some black in this, of course, but what do you expect with space? And I don't think there's too much black on each one either, if you're not a fan of the 310s. So to tell you which colour goes onto which space, I'm trying to keep them nice so we can look at the colours. They do give you an inventory sheet. So this one is called the Space Edition. So a lot of the backgrounds, having a look here at the symbols, are actually, this one has a background of black, primarily black. This one is primarily black. This whole is black. The rest have a little bit of black, but are primarily 939. which is actually a really dark blue, and you actually get more 939 in the kit than you get 310s, and you do get plenty of diamonds. I have finished one of these sets, but yeah, it's a 10 piece. It's down as 7.5 by 7.5, and they say that's 3 inches by 3 inches. That's the closest conversion. So it is only just short of 3 inches, because 7.5 centimetres doesn't work out as exactly 3 inches, but it's close enough. It is close enough. You get 30 colours in this, and you use all the same colours across all the paintings. Now, what I've liked to do each time that I've done them is I do cut these into separate images, and I found my National Park ones took me about 45 minutes per one to do. It does vary depending on how many different colours there are in it. My cocktail ones took between 30 minutes and 45. Again, it depends on how many they're in. I have been diamond painting for years. I have been diamond painting with squares for years. So I definitely complete squares quicker than your average Joe. So I would say an hour or so, an hour, maybe a little bit more, depending on whether you've done squares before per painting. But the difference is you can have a session of diamond painting and end with a finished design. Whereas on a big diamond painting, you've just finished a section. So they are very rewarding in that sense. And I also think that these are fantastic to frame and decorate around your house. You can either do it in separate places, or you can make a theme section out of it. So you could frame either all of these or maybe your favourite 6 that will fit all together in a certain place in your home. Or I know a few of mine, not necessarily these space ones because Megan's pinching them, but the houseplants and the cocktail ones and things, I actually want to scatter those in with my decor and actually have, you know, on shelves the little mini frames, and pop them in so that they're about. And I may still put some on a wall. I may even put some above a door because they're small enough to fit between the door and the ceiling. Many different places you can pop the mini ones. So not only are they fun, they're also fun to take away with you. So if you're going on a trip, they don't take up too much space. So, you know, the other half can't moan that you're taking half your craft cupboard with you. Just take a nice small amount. You may or may not get some done. Depends on what type of holiday you're on. But we all know there is times when you're on holiday you can be out all day and you just like to have a few hours of chill time. Maybe you decide to do a diamond painting. The option is there. But they do use, quite clearly, they use letters and numbers. They only tend to stick to the letters and numbers. So that is fantastic when it comes to doing the diamond painting. I find saying the letter A over and over in your head is a lot easier than saying, you know, flower, flower, when you're repeating the symbol to yourself. It's a lot easier to say a letter in your head and repeat it to make sure that you've got them all. I don't know, memory for letters and numbers, you know, we've been taught them since what, primary school? Even before then, you know, when you're out shopping with your mum, your dad, before you've even started school, letters and numbers become a thing. So it's very easy for us to remember those, whereas symbols, sometimes, you know, any distraction, cute puppy, something happens in the house, you can forget what symbol you're on. So I do like letters and numbers. You can also use this sheet to cut up and label your tubs if you want to. I've got 3 kitting up videos now, I think, on these where I've kitted them all up, and you do also get the DMC codes for them all as well. They don't put them in DMC order, but you do get all the codes for them. They tend to go in more of a colour rainbow theme order. They don't go by weight either, but they do tell you how many diamonds you will need, but they are in baggies, so they are done by weight. Some colours you only need 31 across all 10 paintings. Some of them you need over 2,000. Really depends on what the colour is, but they give you everything you need in one pack. And they are the colours. So we do have quite a few darker colours here for the background, but then that will make these pops of colour really stand out when you pop them on the diamond paint. I'm having a look now. The number 4, is that near the bottom? Says we only need 69, which is this one here. This really pale green. There is a scattering on this one, a scattering on this one, and a scatter on this one, and that's it. So that's only used on 3 of them, but it does bring in that pop of the turquoise mixed in with some purples and blues. We've even got some pops of yellows and oranges as well. But yeah, thank you so much, PaintGem. Megan is extremely happy. I will now go and actually show her what she's got, because of course I had to unbox it first. I will pop a link in the description below for these paintings. I'll also pop a discount code down there. So if you are on mobile, just click on the tiny little down arrow just underneath the video in the right hand side, and it will open up the description for you, and there is a link there to these. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a little bit for you using my link, but it doesn't cost you any extra. And if you use the code that's also down there, you may save something too. So, you know, share and share alike and all that. But this is the space set. I will let you know how these go dependent on when Megan gets to them, but maybe because they're so small, it will allow her to get a little bit of diamond painting done without feeling like she does have to get a bit too much stuff out when she doesn't have much time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.